Tonight the giant shifts, feel the tides inside my ribs. Jupiter goes forward in Cancer's gentle waters. I go direct, I pour my love like the planets up above. Tonight the giant shifts, feel the tides inside my ribs. Jupiter goes forward in Cancer's gentle waters. I go direct, I pour my love like the planets up above.
Hey, good morning. It's Empress Shey. Today, we acknowledge the powerful cosmic shift. After months of reflection, emotional healing, and inner work, Jupiter has now moved direct in Cancer. During the retrograde, we were invited inward. We examined our emotional foundations, our family patterns, our boundaries, and the ways we nurture both ourselves and the people around us. Now the energy begins to move forward again. When Jupiter goes direct, the wisdom we cultivate internally begins to express itself outwardly. The lessons we learned become the foundation for growth, opportunity, and expansion. So for this reading, we're going to look at how this shift may begin to unfold for the collective. We'll explore what begins moving forward now, what emotional wisdom we carry with us from the retrograde, and where Jupiter's expansive energy may begin opening new doors. Let's see what the cards have to reveal. Okay, thank you so much. Hey, you know what I always say, if this message reached you, it's because the universe has been trying to get your attention, and now you are finally aligned. And guess what, guys? Jupiter has gone direct. Yes. So I'm calling this segment Jupiter Goes Forward. Even made music about it. I hope y'all like my music. I actually did that myself. So as Jupiter moves forward, so do we. The lesson of the past months become the wisdom guiding our next steps. And with that foundation, expansion becomes possible. So let's see what the cards say about this forward movement in the cosmic. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. So the first card is going to be the tide turns. I am actually pulling 7 cards, just as I did with Jupiter retrograde. This is Jupiter goes forward. So the tide turns is the King of Swords. King of Swords is the tide turns. And the emotional foundation is the second card. And that is Temperance. Temperance is the emotional foundation. And then we have New Growth. And that's the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is the new growth. And we have hidden opportunities. Hidden opportunity is that Knight of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, we got that so much during Jupiter retrograde. What does it mean in the hidden opportunities position? We're going to see here. And that heart compass is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness, how fitting. Little compass in there. That's our heart compass. Oh wow. Yes. And then what we leave behind. Ooh, the Eight of Pentacles. That's what we left behind for New Year's. Oh, wow. The Eight of Pentacles, what we leave behind. All that belief that all that hard work is what's going to do it. Hey, and the Five of Wands is the path ahead. Oh my goodness. Yes. Wow. I'm loving that. I am loving that. Hey guys. So as Jupiter moves forward, so do we. That tide turns. The King of Swords. These lessons of the past months become the wisdom guiding our next steps. And with the foundation expansion becomes the possible. During the retrograde, Jupiter asked us to look inward, heal emotional patterns, and reconnect with our truth. Now that Jupiter moves forward, that inner wisdom begins guiding our outer expansion. This spread shows how that transition unfolds. The tide turns being the King of Swords. What begins moving forward now. The first energy that begins flowing again is clarity. Wow. During Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, many people sat in emotional reflection, questioning relationships, family patterns, career paths, and personal boundaries. Now the King of Swords appears as the tide turning. This is the energy of truth, discernment, mental clarity, and decisive leadership. Where confusion once existed, understanding now arrives. This card suggests that many people now know what must change and what must remain. Emotion is no longer overwhelming the mind. Instead, wisdom leads emotion. And that is exactly how Jupiter's expansion works best. When insight guides action, the tide turns through clear decisions. And then that second card, it was the Temperance. And it's all about emotional foundation. It's the wisdom gained during the retrograde. The greatest lesson of Jupiter retrograde in Cancer was balance. Temperance represents emotional alchemy. During the retrograde, many people learned patience, emotional regulation, healing through moderation, and the art of blending heart and mind. Rather than reacting impulsively, people learn to pause, reflect, and integrate. Temperance shows that the emotional storms of the retrograde did not happen to break us. They happened to teach us how to flow. I said, teach us how to flow. This emotional balance now becomes the foundation of expansion. Without temperance, Jupiter can become excess. With temperance, Jupiter becomes wise growth. And then card number 3 was the 5 of Cups, and that's all about new growth. Where expansion begins appearing. Interestingly, Jupiter forward movement begins with emotional honesty. The 5 of Cups reminds us that expansion often begins when we acknowledge what was lost. During the retrograde, many people faced grief, disappointments, endings, realizations about what cannot continue. But the deeper message of this card is perspective. 2 cups still stand behind the figure, meaning not everything was lost. What Jupiter reveals now is that the retrograde cleared emotional space for something more aligned. Growth begins the moment we stop staring only at the spilled cups and turn toward what still stands. The forward movement begins with emotional acceptance. And then that 4th card, the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, we got the Knight of Pentacles so many times during Jupiter retrograde. And it shows up now as the hidden opportunity. What the retrograde quietly prepared. The opportunity emerging now is slow but powerful progress. The Knight of Pentacles is the most steady builder in the tarot. The most steady builder in the tarot. This suggests that Jupiter moving forward will not immediately create explosive change. Instead, it brings consistent progress, long-term planning, disciplined growth, and reliable opportunities. The retrograde helped people clarify what truly matters. And now the Knight appears to help build it properly. It is not rushed success. This is lasting success. The opportunity beneath the surface is building something that endures. And the 5th card was that Wheel of Fortune. And so fittingly, it's the heart's compass. And there is clearly a compass on that Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us that Jupiter governs cycles of fate and expansion. With Jupiter going direct, the wheel begins turning again. Opportunities, synchronicities, and unexpected shifts begin appearing. The guidance of this card is simple. Stay flexible. Stay woke. Life is moving again. Doors open. Circumstances shift. New connections appear. The heart's compass during this time is trusting the timing of the universe. When the wheel turns, resistance creates. When the wheel turns, resistance creates struggle. Trust creates flow. And that sixth card, what was left behind? That Eight of Pentacles. It's closing the retrograde chapter. That Eight of Pentacles also appeared in the New Year's reading. And now it shows up as what was left behind. That suggests that during the retrograde, many people were overworking, trying to perfect everything, focusing heavily on effort and productivity, believing success only comes through constant labor. And that truly was the message that spirit guides were telling us. New Year's. Leave that behind. We were supposed to leave it in 2025. All of that constant labor, believing that success only comes through constant labor. The retrograde revealed something deeper. Growth is not just about doing more work. It's about doing the right work. The Eight of Pentacles being released shows that we are leaving behind the belief that we must endlessly grind. Instead, we move into aligned effort, working with the current of life rather than pushing against it. This is a powerful, energetic shift. And that seventh card, the Five of Wands, that's the path ahead. The next season of growth. The next phase of Jupiter's expansion will bring movement, competition, and dynamic growth. The Five of Wands is not conflict for destruction. It is creative tension. It represents learning through interaction, sharpening skills, stepping into new arenas, passionate debate, and exchange. After the introspective retrograde, life becomes active again. People re-enter the world with new perspectives. Ideas collide. Energies rise. energy rises. And opportunity appear through opportunity appears. It's going to appear through collaboration and challenge. And growth now happens through engagement with the world. Jupiter moving direct brings the blessing of forward motion with wisdom. What we learned emotionally during the retrograde now becomes the guidance system for expansion. Instead of rushing forward blindly, we now move forward with clarity, balance, emotional truth, patience, trust in divine timing. This is how Jupiter expands with life without losing alignment. And as Jupiter moves forward, so do we. The tides of reflection give way to the currents of expansion. And what we learned in stillness now guides our movement. And the wisdom we gain becomes the foundation for everything that grows next. So thank you so much for being here with me today. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Jupiter going forward. And I even created a song. I actually created 2 songs. So Jupiter goes forward. I created that one. And then I created a really beautiful piano invocation called Jupiter Awakening. So I want to play that for you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think about my creativity. I think Jupiter going forward gave me some real creativity here. Let me know what you think in the comments. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. This has been Empress Shey.